Okay, yeah. Okay, in the BC you can ask.
Okay. Um, Sorry, when you discussed earlier, I don't know if you can scroll up a bit. You talked about is it int as a data type, I guess? No, on your yeah, you talked about integer, I guess.
Mm.
In that situation where you used a val, can't we just do it directly on that line or something? I don't know.
As you, yeah, yeah, you can. But
And it
for
will give
now,
the same output.
and not necessarily because they do different things, slightly
Okay.
different. So
Okay.
int, we only accept integer. You get even if you use int and type 2.0 or 2.2, it will convert that 2.2 to 2. It will throw away the point side. It will not, it just change it to an integer, only the integer part to collect. But if you use eval, somebody type 2.0, eval will say, this is float, you keep it, or 2.2, you keep it. If someone type 2, it will say, oh, this is integer, it will keep it. So eval will be evaluating the number to either integer or float. That's what eval is for. But there is some case in your programming, you might say, I don't want float to. This thing must be integer. You use int. Do you get? So it all depends on what you want to achieve. That's how it is. That's why there is no one size fits all that everybody must get it this way. As you think, that's how you deliver. That's the beauty of programming. The only thing, if you're working in a company, what they will tell you is, this is our programming style, right? No matter what you're doing, let it follow this format. You must put proper comment. You must obey this principle of programming, to check all those things. Or they can tell you that you can use a design pattern. There's what called design pattern. Factory design pattern, for instance, is one. We are using factory design pattern. Anything you're doing, follow that pattern. Why is it so? So that the project will have a unified format. Of course, if there are 8 of us now on the call, if you ask us to come and do a design, you will find out that everybody will be doing different format. If we are doing work, it will be confusion. So every work has they'll determine it before they start the project. As see the way we want to go. All of us, let's align like this and put our code like. But your ideas, the way you work to your solution, nobody will force you to do the same thing. It will work. But later on, we'll be able to judge people's solution. Later on now, when you finish the basics, you can then judge the solution and say, this solution is not optimal in terms of time efficiency or space efficiency, because time efficiency may say that it's not fast. You got the answer, but it's not fast. We need it to be fast, right? Of course, if you now begin to think about it in angle of you're writing a software that will use for aeroplane, they don't want delay because you're up there in the sky. Any small delay, even split second, can cause something else to happen, and then before you know, there's a crash. So in that kind of programming, they want very optimal code. Your code must be as fast as possible. They try their best to make sure they get fast code. So then, if you're programming with them, you cannot write any code that is not very efficient. They will review the code, make sure it's efficient. Then when we talk of space efficiency, there are some people who are storing data, right? Like if you talk about Google today, the amount of data that those people are dealing with is a lot. Then it translates to like hard drive. They are filling a lot of hard drive with data somewhere. To you, it might not look like big, but by the time, imagine how many billion of people in the world are using it per second. That's data. It's huge. Then if they're writing their programs and their programs are not space efficient, the thing chop space quickly. So they'll sorry for him to chop, consume space quickly. So they'll then try to write codes that use minimal space. That's space efficiency now. There are ways to judge your code in this regard, but those ones are not now. Later, you need to understand them. So those are how people will now judge your code. Is it memory efficient, or you're wasting our memory, or you're optimizing our memory? All this kind of thinking, you begin to think it later. But for now, you have to understand how to do one or two basic things. Okay. Any other question to be seen? Because
Oh,
your hand is still up.
oh, sorry. Thank you. I forgot that. Thank you.
Any other person with a question? Okay, so you see, by the time you go and read the chapter 1, even though we've explained certain things, just read it again. By the time you just read the text, okay, you will see now from the explanation, maybe the text will make sense more. Okay. Everything enter well. Because learning Python is not just writing code, it's understanding the principles and concepts so you can manipulate it to your taste. So we'll then go and try this 9. Let's finish it, all the exercises to 9. There are some, as we go further, there are some chapters will not bother solving everything. But this particular one, at least, just is very simple. Some will not solve all, because we are not here to solve all the problems. We are here to understand the concepts. Mhm. Okay, so some more videos are coming. Any other questions? So we then call it a day. I believe we have understanding. If there's any reason why you're not going to do chapter 1, feel free to message me on WhatsApp. Also, we would later introduce us to Slack. Slack is more like a professional working tool where people collaborate. Why we would like to use Slack, it's not only Slack that does those type of thing, there are other ones, but we'll just use Slack so that as we are learning, it will be like we're already entering a working kind of setting environment. Know how you ask your colleague questions in your working place. Maybe you're struggling with code, you couldn't solve it, or you needed clarification. There's somewhere you drop the question, all the team members to see it. It's not WhatsApp. Nobody will use WhatsApp, right? Even this WhatsApp we're using, you see, the whole EPC software engineering is there. Anything we type is for everybody. But sometimes we want to talk as Python guys. So if it's in Slack now, we have our channel. We'll be communicating it there. We have a problem, we could even throw the solution there. Sometimes when you're struggling, your own classmate too can say, maybe you say you're struggling with how to create this space in number 2. Your own classmate that have done it can just type, oh, please do this. But if we start doing all those things in Python, in WhatsApp, this page we are using is not dedicated to Python alone. It's like a general notice board. We cannot do things there. So maybe by next class, we'll introduce Slack, right? Have our own space there. We will not go and open another WhatsApp. WhatsApp, they don't use it for work. So in the absence of any question, we'll stop here. Please, let us do this one. Okay. Yes, because from next week now, we'll now begin to know those that really want to learn the thing. Many people want to learn it, but not many are ready to sit down and put time to read. 1 hour, 2 hours, you've done all these things in small time. But once you start doing it, you enjoy it. Your body go there. You will enjoy it. You'll be the one even wanting to do more, because that's how it is. It's sweet, but it's only sweet when you start getting involved. So I believe we can call it a day since there's no other question. One type something. Someone is speaking German here. Danke. I think it's German, but okay, someone is speaking German. Nice one. All right. So see you guys next Sunday. I expect if you have challenges, your messages, just message me on WhatsApp, please, so that we know that we are moving. Okay. All right. So I'm closing the class now. Well, welcome all of you that type. Thank you. Thank you too for coming. Let's work together. Let's do this. Please, let's do it. Okay. If you can't do it, let us know. We'll know what to do. Thank you.